Hi guys, welcome back on my channel again. So basically, as part of the series of the characters that I always talk about, I will talk about with um, by describing a lot of characters that especially key characters that you can use in this game, especially like a paywall characters, which is you have to recruit, like for instance this one. And I hope that from my video you can learn and you can also review first about the characters before you recruiting it. So guys, today I want to talk about the Spider-Man 2099, which is from the year 2099. I don't really haven't read his comic. So basically this is not about Peter Parker. This is definitely another Spider-Man, but here I want to talk about his Spider-Man skills and everything, and his benefit, where you can use him, and why he's really important, what kind of uniform that you need to use, and why you have to buy him because he's quite expensive, guys. This is a paywall characters. You can only recruit him by using the monthly subscription of his biometrics. Otherwise, you will not be able to own this Spider-Man, guys. So well, that's what I think about, and that's what I'm gonna talk about to you today about the Spider-Man 2099. All right, so now let's go to his let's go through into these details about himself. All right, so Miguel O'Hara, an engineer who worked for Alchemax in the year 2999. He was genius of the field genetic, and then somehow but was reluctant when pressured by his higher ups to imprint foreign genetics code onto human physiology. After testing resulting in the highest transformation and then death of the test subject, O'Hara attempted to resign from his position. However, he had a drink laced with a drug that bonds to the victim's DNA. To counteract the drug, he used a procedure to save himself, splicing his DNA with that of Spider, granting him enhanced sense abilities. So basically, he's a scientist, guys. So this guy is probably as smart as Peter Parker, but he is the scientist of Alchemax. And then he got his Spider-Man ability because he has to. All right, so now let's talk about his gear. And when it comes to the Spider-Man 2099 gears, I suggest you to increase anything that related to his Uru when it comes to the speed attack. I'm sorry, not speed attack, but the physical attack. Anything that do with a physical attack, critical rate, and critical damage, and dodge is something that you need to use for him because he is speed type, so he must be high in the dodge, and then he must be also high in the physical attack and then the critical rate. All right, so now let's go through into his skill one by one. Let's talk about his skill one by one. As you can see, my Spider-Man skill here is not fully upgraded yet, but let's talk about his passive skill. So his tier 2 passive skill is increases the guaranteed dodge rate by 15%. That's quite high, guys. And then increases skill damage by 25% and increase bonus damage by 32%. And then his number one skill, the first skill is physical damage increase. The second skill is fractures to the enemies, stun, and also physical damage increase for yourselves. And then the third skill is giving the stun, decrease all defense of the enemies, web them up, and then physical damage increase as well. So now let's talk about the fourth skill, which is the physical damage increase. Fifth skill, which is web, deal 20% shock damage on your enemies, remove active buff from target for 1 second, and then for yourself it increases the critical rate, all attack, accumulate 10% of true damage regardless of the enemy, defense and dodge rate. The total accumulated of true damage cannot pass 10,000. Physical damage increase. So from all of these skills that we talk about, basically Spider-Man 2099 is all about a physical damage, attack, critical damage, giving stun to your enemy, and also web your enemy. So it's really important to understand these features, guys. And I guess now let's go through into his passive skills. So his passive skills is basically guards against one hit, ignores the invisibility, target for 75%, physical damage increase, and so on and so on. And then when it comes to when it comes to his leadership, so let's check his leadership. So his leadership is quite great, guys. It ignores the target's dodge rate by 50%. So if you are facing enemy like Quicksilver or Spiderman, which is high on the dodge rate, then you can use Miguel O'Hara as the leader, because his leadership is to reduce the enemy's dodge rates by 50%. And then his type is definitely speed type enhancement, and the ISO that I suggest is definitely offensive or anything that relate with the dodge rate. And then the custom gear, anything that give him critical rate or critical damage up above, and then something that improve his dodge rate, it's good. So I think the CTP of destruction or CTP of rage will be good for Spider-Man 2099. And the uniform, as for the uniform, of course, if you have some crystals, then I suggest you to buy his newest uniform, because it's much better than the old one. So guys, where, if you ask me where you can use him, you can use him in the, of course, not in the timeline battle, but you can use him somehow in the, the Shadowland, and then you can also use him somehow on the Alliance battle. Not Alliance battle. Yeah, Alliance battle extremes, and then you can also use him in the Alliance conquest, guys. So guys, I think that's all for the Spider-Man 2099. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you know how to build him. If you have any feedback or comment, don't forget to subscribe, and please put your feedback and comment on in the comment section. Thank you. Have a good day, guys. Enjoy. Bye bye.